Guys, we're at Sundance. It is day 2 of Sundance. I'm here with Brandon Ripley and Will Timper, who have been on the show several times before. Will, Matt normally does the synopsis. Could you tell us about Didn't Die?
Absolutely. So yeah, usually it's the IMDb synopsis, but I'm just going to read this directly from the Sundance catalog. Venita hosts a snarky post-apocalyptic podcast, hiding her fear behind an armor of ironic distance. Rabid biters roam Earth, and Venita's dwindling audience, including her traumatized siblings, live in quarantine. When her philandering ex Vincent suddenly arrives clutching a baby, Venita's armor begins to crack.
And boy, does it crack. And also, is there a veneer of ironic distance that we can talk about, because we are the most unironic podcast that there is.
I love it. First movie at Sundance we see, and it's
about podcasting.
Podcast-based.
What do you think?
A lot of elements to like about it, but it didn't really all come together for me.
Yeah, it's true. I want to celebrate. It's not a first-time filmmaker, but for me, seeing a filmmaker we have South Asian characters in a zombie film. It kind of reminded me of George Romero's Night of the Living Dead, in so much as it highlighted a lot of cultural topics. It didn't quite come together, but there was a lot to like about this movie.
I appreciated that the filmmaker, put in her heritage into the film, and that made it feel a little more fleshed out. But as Will said, for our first film of Sundance, it was a little bit disappointing. But overall, it had some comedic moments, and it was a good start. It was a good start.
Also, a movie about podcasting.
Great.
Yeah. We're the only podcast about movies talking about movies about podcasting. How could you go wrong?
Yeah, I was underwhelmed, but I still felt pretty jazzed about the festival, but just about seeing an original movie from a fresh director and with new cast. I don't know, just so many good ideas in it that I was just excited to see.
It was an independent film. It's everything that Sundance is about, so I appreciated that.
Good first movie.
There's a big scene.